Welcome to Asia's largest online poker room. Our next generation poker software is now initiating. Elevate your online experience with a wide variety of poker variations to choose from. Get fully immersed with fun and social features. Level up your game with PokerCraft and Smart HUD. Unlock a wealth of rewards including cashback, bonuses, and jackpots. Join world-class poker tournaments featuring some of the world's most renowned brands and the largest guaranteed prize pools in the world. Experience the best in customer service and hassle-free transactions for a seamless online gaming experience. With online poker available on all your devices, you'll be able to play your favorite games anytime, anywhere. Sign up now and elevate your online poker experience today.
Are you having us out?
There we go. There we go. We're going to say we were having some technical difficulties. We had a couple of more just at the end there. No problem. We are back with the Vietnam Influencer Challenge here at the APT Hanoi Billions. We're going to bring you that action right away. But before we do, Key, you gave me some really cool information about the main event in this break. What was that?
Yes, I believe with the day 1A started today, we already have massive amount of entrants and the guarantee prize already been smashed, so there potentially can be so much more await for you at the convention center here in Hanoi. Three more days.
Absolutely right. So that's your cue to get on down here if you're not. You don't want to miss a guarantee crushing event, especially when the guarantee was $1 million to start off with. In the meantime, let's get back to what you guys are tuned in for, the Vietnam Influencer Challenge. And it seems we just lost Jultran just before there, going down to the pocket nines of Alan Van Din, who is still rocking that awesome hoodie, which I found out in the break is very limited edition and special. It's not just cool looking, it actually has a bit of history to it. Ray from the team did let me know that it's got something to do with NFTs and all. I said NFTs and my brain sort of shut off at that point, but I believe it's important.
That's interesting. Yes, I think he has a background with a lot of crypto, from what I learned, and definitely has a very sharp look. And I think we've seen a lot of action from him as well early on with a couple of very good bluffs that earned him the chip lead early on, and looks like he has 22 big blind now, and in the big blind here facing a limp from Teving. He's gonna bump it up.
Then, of course, another APT commentator handles the Vietnamese end of things. Monotone board, that's been a common occurrence in the Influencer Challenge. It's not the first one we've seen.
Bottom 2 pairs here for Teving to start.
All right, German dealers and players, on deuces one.
Let's
We
see
can start now.
if Alan
Opening
going
line
to
is
stab
100,
on this
290.
board.
German dealers, please shuffle up
If
in
we know
field.
anything about Alan, is that stab he does like to do, and stab he does. And another club, you'd imagine he might take another stab, and then will Vin be able to find another huge call like he did with the aces, if on the which you can find on that previous stream that we had done before we got cut off. He made a really big call there, facing pretty much an all-in bet from his opponent, and made the right call.
Vin made a small check raise here. He wanted to protect his hand. There are obviously the flush draw out there, a straight draw, and his hand is pretty vulnerable, so I really like the check raise.
He's given them the option to have a look at one. Yeah, especially knowing Alan is an aggressive player. Good job by Vin there.
With that,
protecting.
Vin took the chip lead, and the players are quite short. Anything could happen now.
The other two players not on our screen currently, Bao An and I believe Mr. Chairman. Yes.
Mr. Chairman is a short stack, first to act. Pick up the suited Jack 8. Could go with it here, as he would be taking the next big blind. Let's see if he put the chips in. Decided to wait for the next opportunity. That's interesting.
And for you guys who've tuned in already, 80 of you in the chat right now, do say hello. We missed you. And do know that there is a Guess the Winner Now competition running that's pinned in the chat. Click that link pinned at the top to take part.
What a flop for Baoan.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Getting a free look at this flop when Vin just make a limp from the dealer button. She needs to check to make sure she got the nuts here.
Setting the trap, just making the call. It's got to ring alarms though, mind you. You got a player in the big blind. It's come deuce 3-3. What else are they calling with? You're supposed to be the pre-flop aggressor. You have all those other big hands.
Yes, actually, Vin just made a limp on the button.
Oh,
so
he limped, sorry.
Yes, so Baoan got the really basically any two cards here, and this is a really good situation going on for her. Just gonna Hollywood a little bit, make it look like a tough decision, but I'm sure she's going nowhere.
She's doing a good job of it so far, convincing. But I think once Vin faces resistance here, he might just shut down after this one. Going for the raise here, which with such a strong hand, I'm not sure if I'm too much of a fan of it. Would prefer to keep your opponents allowing themselves to do the hanging, you know. It's very difficult for your opponent to have improved beyond literally just hitting a queen. Hard for them to have another 3.
Yes, I definitely agree. I think a check call here would have been a better move, since if Vin has a queen himself, he's likely to be value betting the river as well. So maybe letting him off the hook here, maybe but we shall see.
You never know. Sometimes it's counterintuitive because, you know, we all say that, oh, it's standard, and then this and that, and then you just do the leveling game, and sometimes it really does work out in your favor, especially when you got
Right.
someone who knows, you know,
Smile
they're a
on
poker
her
player.
face.
Yeah, well done. Showed it. Vin knows he escaped potential trouble there. But yeah, not to get too deep into the leveling situation, but yeah, you have two thinking players. They're aware of poker. They know that this is something that one shouldn't often do, and that might just lead them down the wrong road sometimes, you know?
Completely agree. I think there are 3 big blinds in Mr. Chairman's stack, 2 of which are in the pot now. He is quite committed to this pot now, I think.
Cheeky little deuces there under the gun for Vin.
No limp this time. There's
Alan's got an ace.
another quack.
He's capable of generating large pots with far less than an ace. Let's see how he proceeds with this one.
With 4 players left, actually 3 players are getting paid. This is basically the stone bubble for the cash prize. So, understandably, Alan made the lay down there, hoping that Mr. Chairman would be going with his 1 big blind, but he folded. Would have been a flip.
It would have been a flip indeed. He of course can't know that.
That's still a chip in the chair. And as we know, in tournament poker, that's all you need.
When you have just played, he was the big blind last if I'm not mistaken, so when you have just played that big blind ante, even with something as weak as 10-3, are you supposed to just get it on the bubble? Are you supposed to just get it in anyway?
I think if there was any call from one of the other 2 players, then maybe he could let it go. But I think with him being the shortest stack and not having much chips to survive the next round, that could have been a better spot for him.
But Mr. Chairman knows something you don't. And he's about to pick up ace-jack instead of 10-3.
Very pretty hands.
All smiles, looking to stay alive in this. Nobody likes being the bubble boy or girl.
King in the window.
Of course, fate seems to have other plans as of now. And now an ace and an ace only, otherwise the bubble will burst.
And cannot be the ace of heart.
Ooh.
Barry Greenstein, ace on the river.
2 outer for the dub. Mr. Chairman not going anywhere.
He is still the shortest stack, but have a little more breathing room now. Couple of free hands.
Do let us know in the chat who are your favorites. Drop a like, drop a share. There'll be about 10 minutes, 10, 11 minutes left in this level. Blinds creeping up. Currently 4K, 8K. We started at just 1. They all started with 50 bigs. That was the sweetest call I've ever seen in my life. He looked at him, smiled, says, "I call."
Very cool. Here with another limp from the small blind this time. And Allen picked up ace-9 offsuit again. He does have a short stack waiting to be bust out, so I wonder if he's gonna go with a race here, and he does.
All smiles there. You got me. You got me. My bad. My bad. Quick fold. There he is, Mr. Nguyen, chairman of the Vietnam game. Oh, it's a full title. It's like a 4-word title. I don't want to get it wrong. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. There you go. It's more than 4 words, folks. Chairman of the Vietnam Game Developers Association. Vin here now picks up an ace on the button. Limps again.
For regional players on wild deuces. Lines are up. Round number 2. 100, 300, 380.
And last time he gave Bao free cards. She flopped the absolute nuts. And this time flops him, not the nuts, but does get ahead, catching bottom pair there. Checks over to the aggressor. Man, that hoodie of Allen, I just can't take my eyes off it. It's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Dragon7 says, "Alexa, turn on Riz lights." Takes the lead there, firing in 20k. Sizable bet. Then probably going to do a little tanky and then foldy. And there it is. On to the next one. And yeah, what about that crazy bit of news that Key gave us in the intro, that the guarantee has been crushed on day 1A of the main event. There are 4 flights for this. Spectacular. Vin's V-Pip on the rise again. Does a lot of limping here. Trying to get a cheap flop, knowing that the big blind is most likely going to be slightly passive. With 2 big blinds here and just a king, he does get to see a free flop, so why not? And he hits it. And now Vin's got a bit of it as well, so I think he might just give him the double up here. I love the check there from Mr. Chairman. A chairman check. And Vin's probably just going to put him all in here. Just one big blind. He's legitimately, perhaps legitimately trying to milk him. Announces all in with top pair. I think Vin ends up just snapping this off because what to do when someone's bet half your stack and that stack is only 2 big blinds and they go in all in on top. They don't have very many bluffs left, but he has got a piece of it, so can't really go anywhere. There we go, the King 4 versus the Jack 10. Mr. Chairman at risk, although ahead, needs to avoid another Jack or a 10 or a running straight of some sort. Or now diamonds. A lot of outs there, just jumped up to 32%. Oh, diamond on the river, and we lose Mr. Win, chairman of the Vietnam Game Development Association. Very well played to him. He is our bubble boy though. 3 players left in the money. Well played, sir. And now this could get a bit more interesting as we change up the dealers with the bubble burst, and they all have, well, less than 15 each, I believe. Every pot is very important now when the stacks are that close. Every blind counts, matters.
All right, congratulations to the 3 players that secured themselves at least $400. It's pretty rare in the tournament where you have the second and third and second and first with the same pay jump, and that's the case today. And so I wonder if that changes what the players are thinking on how they're making their plays.
I'll be honest, mate, that hoodie's probably worth more than the entire prize pool. So I would say these guys are in it for the passion, in it for the glory, and of course for the charity.
Yes, pretty cool trophy as well, the Lion Trophy from the
And
APT.
the trophy, yes sir. Let's not forget.
Both players with some backdoor draws, running cards.
Alan in position. Asking for almost 10% of Vin's stack. Vin says, why not? Let's take a look. And we're off to a turn here. Jack of clubs. Vin sneaks ahead, but Alan actually picks up a gut shot in the process.
Yeah, very interesting turn card. One that Alan might continue with pick up some equity. I think I really like the sizing from him on the flop, just giving himself a lot of options. He decided to take a free card.
And this time now, turning the tables, and yeah, he does lead out there for another cheeky single big blind. Alan now our short stack.
So far, Ving has been doing a lot of limping, getting a good price to see the flop, and Alan hasn't been letting him see the free flop. But this time, 5-3 off, knuckle it to see 3. Action flop here. Open-ended straight draw for Alan, and a pair 4 with backdoor flush draw for Vin. We might see some chips being in this pot, and potentially an all-in here with very little chips behind. Just a call.
All right, getting stronger. If Alan hits his straight, mate, I don't think Vin's going to be able to get away from this.
River pair the board with an ace.
Mind you, not so happy about it if I'm Vin, having my 2-pair counterfeited like that.
Yes, he's also betting 1 big blind again. Trying to get some value from maybe a 6. Alan has a little thoughts, but decided to wait for the next opportunity. With 5 big blind left, we are on a quick break. We'll see you guys in a little bit.
Welcome to Asia's largest online poker room. Our next generation poker software is now initiating. Elevate your online experience with a wide variety of poker variations to choose from. Get fully immersed with fun and social features. Level up your game with PokerCraft and Smart HUD. Unlock a wealth of rewards including cashback, bonuses, and jackpots. Join world-class poker tournaments featuring some of the world's most renowned brands and the largest guaranteed prize pools in the world. Experience the best in customer service and hassle-free transactions for a seamless online gaming experience. With online poker available on all your devices, you'll be able to play your favorite games anytime, anywhere. Sign up now and elevate your online poker experience today.
Alright, main event, two players less than 6 minutes, let me take your seats. Main event. We're going to welcome back from their dinner break.
Welcome to Asia's largest online poker room. Our next generation poker software is now initiating. Elevate your online experience with a wide variety of poker variations to choose from. Get fully immersed with fun and social features. Level up your game with PokerCraft and Smart HUD. Unlock a wealth of rewards including cashback, bonuses, and jackpots. Join world-class poker tournaments featuring some of the world's most renowned brands and the largest guaranteed prize pools in the world. Experience the best in customer service and hassle-free transactions for a seamless online gaming experience. With online poker available on all your devices, you'll be able to play your favorite games anytime, anywhere. Sign up now and elevate your online poker experience today.
Hello and welcome back to the Vietnam Poker Influencer Challenge at the Vietnam Hanoi Billions here in the capital city of Vietnam. We are down to the heads up to the 3 players left in the Vietnam Poker Influencer Challenge here, and the players are so far has displayed a great amount of skills to the game, and I'm looking forward to see them battling it out for the final prize. They all guarantee some money with $1,200 up top for grab, and a lot of interesting hands are being played today, and I'm looking forward to see more from these players. Please join us in the chat, YouTube Live, and give us a like and some comments, and let us know which one is your favorite players. We have Teving, Alan, and Baoeng. Coming back to the action. The blinds are 5, 10,000 with a 10,000 ante. Alan going all in from the small blind with Jack 6. We have Vidur coming back coming on the stream here with me. Welcome, Vidur. How are you doing? And here making the call with the King 7 correctly, putting Alan at risk. Let's see if Alan's be able to find a double up here. 3, 7, 9. A whole lot of nothing for Alan, needing a jack or running straight cards. 10 is one of them, bringing an 8 as another out. 5 is not one of them, and Alan is eliminated in third place, and $400 in reward along with the APT main event entry. Congratulations. Well played, Alan. Very impressive with his play today from the start, coming out, opening 10-8, 10-4, and getting a lot of the bluffs through early on. But unfortunately, he was eliminated in third place, leaving us with 2 players for the heads-up battle. Alan is a commentator and an avid poker player. Very good experience in the game. And on the other side, we have Bao An, which also very impressive poker resume, as I learned that she has scored a 96,000 USD score just 2 months ago. So she's been here before. She's been to heads up battle and so I would like to welcome Vidur to join me with the heads up battle. And how are you doing, Vidur?
Hello, hello. Sorry about that. I had some technical issues when you prompted me earlier, but hopefully you can hear me okay. And I have been watching the stream while I have been away. The action has been very, very interesting. I caught some of the big hands, but it seems like I'm here at the right time, the business end, to help you close this out.
Yes, this is some highlight from earlier on with some big hand clash. Pocket queens from Julian. And then with the ace king. Despite doubling up Julian here, Finn is still in the tournament and in the heads up battle now, fighting for that Lion trophy.
He's a very accomplished poker player in his own right now. But you were mentioning Bao An, of course, an extremely talented player, and you mentioned some of her successes most recently, that huge $96,000 score. But I'm actually familiar with her from the event in Hanoi last time, the APT Hanoi in the summer. She was on the final table, I believe, and really held her own. It was extremely impressive to see her navigate. So perhaps no surprise that the poker talent is shining through today.
Yes, I talked to her earlier on break, and she was very happy for a chance to win the APT title for the first time. She's determined to win.
And how cool, by the way, I saw her place, I believe it was fourth or fifth in a high roller, the final day high roller coverage that we have on most of our streams and festivals. And then to find out, look up her hand and mob and realize that she parlayed that into coming second and eventually first in a different series for over $96,000. I mean, there you go. I mean, you just work hard on your game, play solid, and hopefully eventually variance finds the right side.
Yes, and it's a very nice note to have another just lady success in poker, and hopefully that will bring more ladies to the game, and definitely really good to see that. And with some of the highlights here from the earlier on, we have poker streamer there, Hehe from the gaming side, which is also a lot of correlation between gaming and poker, and I think a lot of players transition from gaming to poker with you know, like the crossover and the similarity in different strategy games. So really great to see the representation from the gaming side on the table today.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking of perhaps the most famous crossover player of all time, who has actually become a mainstay at many of the Asian Poker Tour events. Elki, of course, can often be seen in APT Hanoi, in fact, and he would do the Elki dance. I remember seeing him in APT Incheon as well, if I'm remembering correctly. And I remember back in the day during the poker boom era, I heard you and Addy talking about how you guys were used to watch poker from back in the day. I mean, Elki was all the rage, and I think Elki was the first person I saw on a live stream. He was in a final table, and he was playing poker on his phone. And this is like 2010, maybe early 2000 teens. And I remember thinking, that cannot be safe. How can you just play for so much money on your phone? And now, of course, it is absolutely common to do exactly that.
Back now at the APT Hanoi Billions, and this is the Poker Challenge, Poker Influencer Challenge, and we're down to heads-up play now between Thế Vinh and Bảo Ân. Các bạn cổ vũ cho ai ạ? Thế Vinh hay là Bảo Ân? Tune in to YouTube and watch the stream. And here are the players. Let's see, how are you feeling right now, Bảo Ân? How about your opponents?
I feel kind of excited because if I win this game, it could be like my first trophy of APT because I didn't get one before, so excited to get one. Yeah.
That's exciting. Good luck. And how about Thế Vinh? How are you doing?
Hiện tại thì em đang cảm thấy cũng khá là vui và đang rất sẵn sàng để có thể đến với cú heads up này, và cũng hy vọng rằng là ngày hôm nay thì em sẽ mang về được cái chú sư tử của APT ngày hôm nay.
Chúc em may mắn. Okay. Hopefully we have a fun battle. You guys, good luck. Have fun and sharp up and deal.
All right, let's go. The Lion Trophy. Both opponents' eyes are on it.
May I commend you, Ki, on your sprinting skills, presenting and introducing the heads up, and magically appearing in the booth right after.
Thank you, thank you. I have to just sprint a few steps, but yeah, this
and go 30 minutes into the past. Just to clarify, we are of course delayed by 30 minutes, but Ki, shout out for doing an excellent job. These guys certainly look ready to battle, but Perhaps, as you've been pointing out, most important of all is that beautiful APT New Era trophy in the middle. Lots of glory attached. Bao has many, many credentials to her honor, but an APT trophy is not one of them yet.
And thank you to our generous sponsor, Natural 8, for this event. There are $4,400 in the prize pool, and $2,000 goes to the charity organization to help with the kids and the poor and the unfortunate. And that's a very good cause. And also the players are getting some prizes as well, and $1,200 up top and $800 locked up for both players here.
Bit of a situation developing here, Key. Look at this. Top and bottom pair for Bao. Meanwhile, the ace high and the gut shot was enough for the 10K bet to be fired out. A raise and a call. Been getting sticky. The 9 of hearts on the river completes many draws. Most obviously the flush draw, but the 8-7 gets there as well.
Vin has the ace of
Wouldn't
hearts
you know
in
it?
his hand.
Yeah, both blockers in fact. The ace of hearts and the 7. Is he up to some ideas? Could this be over? Nah, gives up. I thought we were going to see a huge polarized bluff of some sort.
The hand is not over, and Bao might go for a value bet here, which could open the door for Vin to go over the top if he chooses to.
That is a great point. If you're going to represent with blockers, a check raise is even stronger. He has to know he has the perfect hand to bluff.
Yes, I must think the call on the turn that he made was not simply to hit the gut shots, straight draw. And he must have some plan in mind. Let's see if he will go for it here.
Here's the question. If he does pull the trigger, which clearly he's considering, I mean, calling, folding, and raising on the table, goes for the fold. I'd say a good option, but I was about to ask if he found the jam button. Do you think Bao was calling?
I think that's a very tough spot now if facing the check jam, because I think she has to go back and look at the turn cards and see what hands are calling the check raise, and many of them actually got there in the rivers. So there aren't many bluffs out there to be accounted for, and that would have been a very tough decision for Bao, but Vin passed on the opportunity to pick up pocket nines here. Very good hand heads up.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I've been a little cheeky in chat and said I'm rooting for the commentator, a fellow commentator. And wouldn't you know it, been clearly learning by commentating. I wonder if I should get involved in some invitational only events, show other non-commentators how it's done.
Yes, that's very fun. That's very fun to be on the other side and to get to use your experience and knowledge from all the cards and apply that to the game. And I think this is the very awesome things about live stream, as we get to see whole cards, and this is one of the best way to learn, is to see how players are playing with the cards up. So appreciate APT for making this happen for many tournaments in the series.
And weren't you mentioning, Key, how the winner of the Vietnamese Cup, relatively new to the game, and said he watched a lot of live streams, which helped him win his first ever live tournament? Ace 5-5 is the board. Bao has a lock on the hand and doesn't really have much to write home about. Could want to take a stab, but otherwise this hand is pretty much over.
But maybe some devious thoughts there, Vidor.
Yeah. My oh my. Color me confused. Mandatory value bet. Top pair, particularly the ace variety, is so strong heads up. And now what was the plan with the call and the turn?
I was just thinking that, mate, because, I mean, I suppose he was looking for another spade. Was the only thing he could have sold, unless he's really trying to hard sell a 5 here.
Or it's one of those Hollywood moments where he just puts his opponent on the straight draw on the turn.
Although, mind you, check jam would have been quite an interesting and scary thing to do.
Check jam might be my favorite combination of two poker terms ever. It's just the best move.
Oh,
so good to have you back, man. I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear what the story of the evening has been, if to the extent there is one. And let's not forget, all of these influencer invite-only participants have an entry to the main event, so we'll get to track their progress as well. And I'm wondering if you have a fan favorite or a favorite to go deep.
To go deep, we unfortunately, due to the bug we had in the middle, we're not able to see a good portion of the middle phase of this event. We saw the beginning, and we're seeing the end here. And in the beginning, it was looking fun because I really liked. I was really enjoying Alan's, well, for lack of a better term, relentless aggression. I was trying not to overuse it, but I mean, we saw him triple barrel a 10-4 off and get it through, get top pair to fold, which was really cool to see. And I liked it for the reason that he was very convincing in doing it as well. So it's just his general demeanor on the table looked like that of a poker player. And I kind of liked the hustle.
I certainly caught a chunk of the stream while it was on, and mad props for that triple barrel against the aces as well. Takes heart.
Yeah.
You know what's really cool, Andy? I mean, after winning almost 6 figures USD, very recently, Bao is showing the same determination. I've seen her on a final table before. I was mentioning to Key, she was on a high roller final table, the 2-day high roller we have to close out the festival. And she was battling it out for hundreds of thousands of dollars in that case, against the boys, as I'm sure she's used to doing. And she seems equally focused, equally intent on winning this. The APT trophy clearly means a lot.
It's a hallmark of a good player. It's not about the prize pool or the money. It's about the victory.
And I did look up her handed mob. Again, I was mentioning a key. I mean, talk about going from strength to strength and improving. There's a lot of variance in this game, but to watch her finish 5th place in the summer in Hanoi at that high roller I was mentioning, and then a 2nd place finish, and then just closed it out for that $96,000 payday. So clearly one to work on her game and just go from strength to strength. Spicy card, the Ace of Clubs, brings the backdoor flush draw for Bao, but lost to represent for either player, should they so choose. That being said, limp pre-flop takes much more convincing if you want your opponent to believe you have an ace somehow without raising pre-flop. Then again, you are betting when the ace comes and smiling.
All right, here we go. We're now main event line A.
A nervous smile?
600, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3. Tournament dealers, please shuffle up and deal.
Could be a tell. Or maybe he's loving life. Sometimes it's just that simple. And Bao having none of it.
I love it.
What a great raise.
And once
Wait a minute.
again. Wait a minute indeed.
Oh my word. Can you win this with 10 high? Please get to showdown. That'd be epic. On the one hand, Addy, I'm thinking this is a bad call to try and complete the gut shot Broadway draw.
Honestly, a part of me right now is thinking this might go. I'm not kidding. This might go bet, and then Bao just is forced to bluff.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Here we go. That's the first part of your prediction. It is a confusing story that Vin is trying to tell. Seems to be implying he has some sort of a monster, Queen 10 being the obvious nut straight. Or perhaps some two-pair combination that he wants to get a little bit of value from, does not want an ace to check behind, so he's the one donking, as they say, betting out of flow. It's just 2 big blinds.
Oh, I called it!
My word. You indeed called it, and Bao is just a badass.
Bao the beast.
What a move. Now, did you call Vin calling down with 10 high? Because then I will bow to you, and I will fly down to Vietnam and bow to Vin.
I'll start playing poker again.
Addy, these commentators, man, they're just putting us to shame. Look at the level of play here. Mad props to Vin. I mean, for all intents and purposes, he made a winning play at that hand. Bao just decided to take things up a notch. Well played, man. Takes
Well
that
played
one down.
both. Poker is such an awesome game.
And with that badass move, wow, he's now in control of this heads-up battle over a 3-1 chip lead. It's always a cool milestone to cross that 3-1 chip lead, considering you can easily give your opponent a double up and still have the chip lead. So just frees you up to just be hyper aggressive and just likely put your opponent all in much more easily. It's not over till it's over, though.
Asian Poker Tour in the chat, being very generous. Anyone need more giveaways?
Isn't that nice? Where do you get mods like this? Get them while they're hot, guys. Giveaways for cheap in the chat. Oh, this could be it. King Jack suited is a must call. We're gonna run it. So Vin at risk is ahead, 59 to 41 in terms of equity. Almost a flip. Can he hold with the ace-5? Never easy. The queen 9-8 adds a few outs. The 10 now would make the nut straight. Kings and jacks still live. Interesting card, the ace. But it is a club. 10 still live, but a club would also mean a chop. That is black, but it is not a club. The deuce gives the double up. So Ven fighting back. And look at this. Almost even stacks.
Yeah,
Dead
just
heat.
about one, no, less than one big blind difference between the two of them now.
And there's the smile and the fist bump. Love it. Back to the grind. Bow. Gives her opponent a quick look. Sizes him up. Considering that first place finish we were just talking about, clearly. Bow seems to know what she's doing, heads up.
And even though that difference is less than a big blind between them, having the advantage is everything. Having the lead, sorry, is everything in heads up.
Ooh.
Another monotone board.
Top pair.
But they
Versus
both
middle
caught a piece
pair.
of it.
This is dangerous.
And that, I believe, is a raise.
That's a decent chunk of his stack that's now in the middle. Vin has made one of those find out where you're at kind of raises. What he really needs to rescue him from this hand is a heart on the turn to sort of kill the action, but a 9 actually gives him more outs in case he's up against the king, which indeed he is. 1 SPR now. Again, this could be it. It is very tough to fold middle pair and heads up. And Bao, with that check on the turn, should know that she very likely has the best hand. Seems to be eyeing some chips. 1 SPR. How much does she want to go for? One-third pot or so. Which obviously is also 1/3 of Vin's stack. To get away from this hand at this stage would take a lot of discipline. I'm not even sure it would be theoretically correct, but I must say that Bao's bet does scream of value a bit. Throws in the time bank, I like it. Taking his time, thinking it through. Frankly, could be considering rather, I meant to say. Could be considering jamming as well. Wow. Made it look easy too.
Well played, Vin.
I'd be bust in that hand.
Me too.
And maybe that's why that's a commentator on the table and the two of us are commentators off the table.
Or maybe that's just a sit and go player. And a degenerate.
So 2.5-1 to chip lead. 2.5 to 1 chip lead. 24 bigs to 10. Pretty commanding. And may I also ask, again, you've had the beautiful opportunity to be out on the poker floor. We had day 1A of the main event, the $1 million guarantee main event, which, let's face it, that $1 million guarantee is very likely to be smashed. What was the atmosphere like?
Atmosphere has been great. Serious, as all main events should be. Everyone playing that event completely zoned in. All you can really hear is chips, 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 shuffling. I went out, took a walkabout, see how all my fellow countrymen were doing. Just checking out the stats. They were their usual funny selves, actually, just causing a bit of trouble in all the best ways.
That's on the table or off?
Oh, both. Always both.
A little bit of both. I think I can imagine some of the familiar faces you might be talking about. You can actually hear the buzz in the room on the stream itself, and for those of you who are fans of live tournaments, I'm sure it'll be a soothing sound, as it is to Addy and I. One of the hardest prop bets I ever heard of was to not riffle your chips.
Oof.
It's so good. It's such a good prop bet too, because
it's unconscious action at this point. Like, you have to really catch yourself. It's like stopping yourself from breathing.
Exactly. I mean, look at Bao go. That's just really most players on the table. It's too fun. But it's a good hustle. Because it sounds like something people can avoid doing, but when it comes down to it, there's just no way.
And was it just riffling, or are you allowed to do other like chip tricks, or are you allowed to play with your chips in general, or just riffling?
You can negotiate.
I know, I'm asking. Challenge is a challenge. I want to see if I'd be willing to accept whatever your challenge is.
No. You misunderstand. What I'm suggesting is you go out and find the fellow countrymen we just spoke about, and you go hustle them, and you give them action. And I bet they lose.
This is not a bad idea. Although slightly sabotagey. They do need to focus out there.
Literally a side hustle. Just
literally a side hustle.
On the side. Bao's in the mix with 7 deuce off, by the way. It's firing away, but Vin has connected. Middle pair once again. Has that backdoor club for a little bit of added comfort. Last time around, he check raised. This time around, he check jams. Caught with her hand in the cookie jar. On to the next one, ma'am. Got a little cheeky. About 1/3 of the time, your opponent will flop a pair. With the board being this draw heavy, fair enough, once you're in the mix, you have to take a shot, but very likely she was going to face some heat. So back in the fight. And now up to 10 bigs.
Card's getting a nice wash there. They make it look so easy. Whenever I wash cards like this, it takes we'd be here for another 30 seconds while I gather everything up. And I'm good with cards.
Yeah, and they have to change the deck, because you end up folding half of them. Oh, that's ugly. Queen deuce off, 10 bigs. With the big blind ante, believe it or not, theoretically that would be a jam, but it's very hard to pull the trigger. Goes for the limp. Wow, with 10-3. wants to see the flop. 10 high. Gut shot for Vin as well with the 10-9-8 board. Might be just enough equity in position to fire out a bet. Not this time, he says. And hits the jack.
Ka-ching.
Ka-ching, ka-ching. Bao fires 15,000 into the abyss. Vin simply has to call here. Raising would just give away the strength of his hand. Calling keeps his range super wide. There's so many draws possible. Considering how loose he's been with calls, he actually might have been calling just for a chop draw as well in a different circumstance. Decides to raise it up. It kind of reveals the strength of his hand unless Bao has at least 2 pair. Would be tough for her to continue. One thing we haven't spoken about, mate, is how heads up is such a test of ego as well. You could just tell that Bao perhaps just did not want to get bullied or muscled around with that raise in position. She seemed to have been thinking of a counter move. Last time around we saw her make a sick play, bluffing the river with that 8-3 suited. Thankfully for her, found the right time to let it go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's one that can hit the muck. 8 deuce off.
A rarity in heads up. A foldable hand.
She played 7 deuce, but 8 deuce just doesn't have the same legacy. Both players just seem so comfortable. It's like they do this all the time. Arguably Bao does. Finn, of course, also very seasoned as a commentator, but the lights, the moment, not getting to them at all. Just playing their game, going from one hand to the next, making the right decision. And let's not forget, I meant to say, how rare it is to play live heads up. After all, you need to get down to heads up in a tournament or a sit and go like this. Takes a bit of getting used to.
Absolutely, not to mention you're actually playing for a legitimate APT trophy.
Vin seems to have limping in his heads-up strategy.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of it.
Particularly, yeah, with the weaker holdings. What a turn of events. A float with the king 7 and a bink on the turn in the form of a 7.
Like you said.
Sometimes it's just not your hand.
So hard to make a parent heads up, as you've mentioned many times. On to the next one.
Yeah, takes it in stride. Impressive mental game there. 2-1 chip lead now for Bao. These two are just trading blows back and forth. Bao is... I don't think she's lost the chip lead, so arguably more in control, but Vin is just constantly at her heels. Takes the hit and usually finds a way to get back to even stacks. Takes the hit again in the form of that 7 on the turn. That seems cool as a cucumber.
We must play, you and I, someday.
Heads up?
Heads up.
Let's do it. Let's do it. What do you think your heads-up style is?
I feel like that's giving you information that you don't need to know before we play.
I guess we'll find out. I'm happy to give you
but actually, you
my
can.
heads-up style.
You can. There is documentation of my heads-up play. So, if you were so compelled, you could find that information, yes. I did find myself in the final round of a heads-up championship last year. Back home.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
And what do you think of heads up, by the way? You know it's my favorite format.
Well, it sucks to get coolered at heads up, I'll tell you that much, because that's how it ended for me. But, what are you going to do?
Yeah. I know that life. Oh, this might be it. At least it's going all in for sure. King Jack once again too strong. Ace 3 suited. And away we go. I mentioned how Vin takes a hit, finds a way to come back. Again, he's found the 60-40. Would bring him right back into this match, in fact, with sort of a flip of the 2-1 chip lead. Or else we might have a winner in the form of Bao. 9-8 deuce.
Safe
Rainbow.
Flop.
Barring an ace does not really get much better than that. Just needs to dodge the king or jack.
One of those.
Oof. We are one card away. And that's it. We have a winner. Bao has taken it down.
Congratulations. What a beautiful photo that would make. What a genuine happiness on her face there. Love it. Well, it's been a fun one, I must say. I really wanted to see how our my gamer buddy got on in the middle. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see that. We do get to see the conclusion, which is Bao An taking it down. Bragging rights, money, main event ticket. Good day at the office, I'd say.
Yeah, and let's not forget her first APT trophy. GG, and congratulations on that accomplishment. Well done.
Ready to go? Hello. So here at the APT Hanoi Billions 2023, this is the Vietnam Poker Influencer Challenge, and we have our winner, and is a very deserving one. Give up for the lady, Bao An. So, and back to the commentary booth.
Love that.
Amazing.
Waving to the camera and kissing the trophy.
I started waving back.
Congratulations. Wow.
I actually started waving back.
A well-deserved win and a great ambassador for the sport and the Asian Poker Tour. I mentioned how I had seen her perform really well on a high roller final table, and now showing how it's done in the sit and go format we have here and taking that trophy down. Of course, that wraps up streaming for today, but take a look on your screen. Some incredible tournaments coming up that we will be streaming, starting, of course, with the Influencer Challenge tomorrow, the National 8 Taiwan table, and then on to the main event. It's going to be fantastic. Do not go anywhere. Make sure you subscribe and hit like on the stream as well. That's how the YouTube gods know that you're loving the content and you don't miss any of the stream schedule we have coming up. It's been a great day. We had the National 8 India table, then the Vietnam Influencer Challenge. What more could you ask for? It's been a pleasure being in the booth with you, Addy. I love to be with you for the next day's events as well. Of course, I won't be here, but I hope you guys have a great time. And of course, I will be watching the excellent poker the APT always has to offer.
Well, you will be missed, of course, but we are super excited to bring you all of that action coming up. Like we said, big numbers on day 1A of the main event. Huge, huge numbers. And that's only going to make people more excited to get in here. Could just snowball out of control. Who knows? It could actually turn into... I think I'm getting ahead of myself. But maybe could turn into $1 billion. Who knows? Who knows? Well, from here in Hanoi tonight, we're going to call it an early night, get some good sleep, and come back to you tomorrow with a lot more poker action from this fantastic series. Vidar, what's your plan for the evening?
Well, unlike you, I can't have some Vietnamese coffee and some pho, so I'll stick to some tea and dinner. But like you said, we have lots of action incoming, and I look forward to seeing more of that hosted by you, Suited Superman in the booth as well, and of course the rest of the production team, including Stephen Lai, of course, the National 8 Hong Kong player coming down. So let's not forget, you're still not too late to fly down for the main event. It's going to break all records, and we look forward to seeing you there.
That's it from us. Thank you very much, and good night.
Welcome to Asia's largest online poker room. Our next generation poker software is now initiating. Elevate your online experience with a wide variety of poker variations to choose from. Get fully immersed with fun and social features. Level up your game with PokerCraft and Smart HUD. Unlock a wealth of rewards including cashback, bonuses, and jackpots. Join world-class poker tournaments featuring some of the world's most renowned brands and the largest guaranteed prize pools in the world. Experience the best in customer service and hassle-free transactions for a seamless online gaming experience. With online poker available on all your devices, you'll be able to play your favorite games anytime, anywhere. Sign up now and elevate your online poker experience today.
Bye.